isn't it wonderful that you have chosen to spend your evening here with us? Who are we, you ask?
We are Richard Fore and the Curly Hairs.
However, we shorten it for ease.
We certainly hope you love Dick and the Curly Hairs.
I am sorry we are starting late. I was held up at my last gig, so tonight we will reward you with something we have never done. Someone out there, tell us what you want to hear about. It can be anything. Anything at all. Yes, you, sir. Couples therapy. Wow. It's as if you have been following me. Sir, have you been following me? No. Well, I guess it's true story night. A tale of delayed love and restrained emotions. The exact reason for my tardiness, couples therapy. And yes, it's going and working well. For you, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4.
She said, "This isn't working," and left the room. She didn't say, "I'll never return." So I stayed for 6 years because clarity takes time, and her silence still had implied homework. I've kept her seat warm by adjusting my posture based on her last observed tension pattern. If she comes back, I want her spine to feel respected. I maintain a dual progress tracker, color-coded by her potential healing curve. When she posts something vague, I log it under possible breakthrough. She was too modest to announce. My therapist suggested moving on. I reminded him, we haven't finished the original exercise about shared values and dinner tables that only seat two. Each week I arrive 5 minutes early. Signed both our names, hers in lowercase to indicate reluctance without resistance, and open with our shared check-in. I begin by stating how I imagine she's been, then counterbalance it with my calibrated interpretation of her inner child's resentment. It's not projection, it's emotional continuity planning. I went to couples therapy alone for 6 years, cause real relationships don't require agreement, just follow through. She withdrew her presence, I enhanced my participation. I'm not waiting, I'm preserving the syllabus. She hasn't spoken in years, but I've reconstructed her voice through archived voicemails and breath tempo. I use it to simulate resistance so the therapist doesn't forget how complex she can be. Sometimes I role play both sides of the conflict. I raise her eyebrows for her, I sigh in her tone. When I cry, it's in her cadence. She hasn't reached out because she trusts I'll maintain the frame. Every boundary she set is a test of my faithfulness to her emotional blueprint. And I've passed repeatedly with extra credit. She doesn't need to return, she never really left. I shave on Thursdays because she used to cleanse. Then I chew with my non-dominant side to honor the half of her I burden. I write notes to the woman she's becoming, burn them in her horoscope's preferred element. I track moon cycles against our last 5 arguments to ensure emotional recurrence prevention. I've chartered her growth so extensively that she owes me royalties on her self-improvement. I have an email draft ready for the day she remembers. It contains our imagined reconciliation itinerary, a mutual playlist I composed from songs she liked before I disappointed her, and a PDF of parenting principles based on how her dog used to react to thunder. The subject line reads, "We're ready now." No emojis, just certainty. I went to couples therapy alone for 6 years because she asked me to, because she forgot to tell me not to. She left with the assumption I'd forget. I stayed to become the man she would have remembered better. When my therapist raised concerns, I adjusted the treatment plan myself. I now pay for both chairs, refuses summaries, and only use her name when the incense is lit and her birth chart is fully aligned. He told me this isn't sustainable. I told him she was never about sustainability, she was about depth. I fold laundry for 2 to maintain the motor memory of mutual contribution. I vacuumed imaginary footprints into her old stride pattern, so if she returns barefoot, she'll feel seen. I've memorized the echo of her indifference and trained my door hinges to creak on her disapproval frequency. My apartment has 3 thermostats thermostats, her warmth, her withdrawal, and our future compromise. I went to couples therapy alone for 6 years. Closure without consensus is a form of abandonment. If she won't finish the work, then I'll finish being both of us, because someone has to remember why we matter. She may not remember my name, but I haven't allowed the session to end. She left her jacket once. It's still folded with a seat warmer with apology lint. She was the catalyst. I became the curriculum. I filed joint taxes with her energy signature. I submitted birthday cards to the DMV. I RSVP'd to a wedding she never invited me to. I built a playlist of our old arguments and whispered clarifications between the tracks. If this isn't what growth looks like, then why do I keep earning receipts? I replaced my refrigerator with a dry erase board where I log her theoretical responses to meals I imagine we cooked together. I tracked dishwashing angles in accordance with how she once loaded a spoon. I rebuilt the coffee table in 4 emotional phases and reinforced it with trust screws. I take allergy meds she might still react to. I removed eggs, dairy, and doubt. I haven't seen her in 6 years, but I've been mimicking her absence so consistently that I no longer require her presence to correct me. I have internalized her tone. I have uploaded her sigh into my circadian rhythm. I no longer love her. I obey her memory. I created a mobile app that simulates her typing bubbles when I need motivation. It doesn't send messages, it just blinks. I hosted a silent retreat for versions of her I invented to argue with more ethically. They agreed. I logged the transcript. It's sealed in a fireproof hope locker beneath my bed. Ends when you say it ends, and I haven't said it yet. Some people build shrines. I built a shared Google Drive of unresolved joy. She isn't coming back, but I leave the porch light on with her wattage preference. There you go, sir. I hope you enjoyed Dick and the Curly Hairs. As you can tell from my words, couples therapy works, so if you are needing or considering it, I recommend it with 2 thumbs up. Just remember to do it right. Do it like Dick does, which also happens to be right.